Everybody, we are one. Everybody, we are one. We are one. We are one.
Welcome to the Hughes Roundtable.
Everybody.
I'm Nina Hughes.
I'm Michaela.
And I'm Lamisha.
Welcome, everyone. We're so glad that you have joined us again. And today we have a special guest. All of our guests are special to us. And what we're going to be doing is sharing about beauty products. But first, we want to say thank you to all of our subscribers. And we appreciate you checking in on us. And all of you who are not subscribing, we want you to know where you can reach us at. You can catch us on youtube.com under the Hughes Roundtable. Everybody, you can click on videos and it will list everything that we have done thus far. We're excited that we have an entrepreneur here with us today, and this is going to inspire others for things that they would like to do. And we're going to have questions, and you'll even be able to purchase products.
Yes. So welcome, Lamisha. We're
Thank you for having
grateful that you're here. We're going to jump right into it and just talk about what it is you do and what you are aspiring to accomplish with your brand and your products. So let's talk about how we know you. We go to the same church. I remember that she was also in the choir because I used to go to all my parents' all of their choir rehearsals. So I remember her, and she's always nice, always smiling. So we're happy to have you on our show today.
Yes.
Thank you.
So my first question for you is just how did you get started with your products? What really, how did this take off for you?
So, at first, I'd originally started with my godmother, where she actually would make natural products and give them to me. And she would always have me sample out her stuff and say, you know, what I like or what I don't like. And then eventually she kind of slowed down with the business because she's a nurse, but she went back to school to get her doctor's degree. So shout out
That's
to her.
nice.
She's now a
Yeah.
doctor. Hello.
Congratulations.
And so she kind of slowed down with sending products, which was fine because she was focusing on, you know, going back to school. And I was used to using natural products, so I just ventured out and just started playing around with natural products myself to see what worked, what didn't work. And then I began using it on myself, using it on my daughter. And what inspired me to actually start making the products on myself, because whenever I would come in contact with different people, you know how you shake somebody's hand or something and people are like, oh, your skin is so nice, like,
Yeah.
what do you use?
Yeah.
And I'm like, just some stuff I make at home, you know.
Right.
But after hearing it so many times, and I was like, well, maybe I have something here. And so the Lord had just dropped it in my spirit one day, like, you should start a business. And I was like, I don't have no money to start no business.
Right.
And so I just kind of put it off, and I continued doing what I was doing, just making products for me and my daughter. And one day we had all got Amazon gift cards from my job, $100. And he told me to take that $100 and start purchasing, you know, different containers and things for my products so I could start my business. So I started my business with $100.
Wow.
Wonderful.
That's great.
Yes.
Wonderful.
That's great. Okay, so let's talk about your name. It's Frosty Mos, correct?
Yes.
Tell us how you came up with that name.
I just prayed about a name, and Frosty Mos just jumped into my head.
Mm-hmm.
Mos kind of comes from my maiden name, which is Mosley. And Frosty, I just felt like, you know, when you put something on frosting, it's soft and it's buttery, it's smooth. I'm like, you know what? I want my skin to be like Frosty Mos, balms and butters. So
That's how you came up with
Yep.
it. That's cool. So what is it like to come up with these ideas and see them come to fruition? And how are you dealing with being a dreamer and being an entrepreneur?
That's a good question. So a lot of times, because when I had originally started my business, all I had was just my lip balm and my body butter. That was it, because it was Frosty Mos Balms and Butters. So I thought that's all my business was going to be. And then after that, the Lord dropped in my spirit, you know, do your hair butter, because I use hair butter in both mine and my daughter's hair. So I was like, okay, so that was my third product. Then he started dropping other things in my spirit, like the black soap, the body scrub, the lip gloss, and there's other ideas, but I'm like, okay, hold on, because everything's coming so fast. But yeah, so it just started off with just 2 products, and then now we have this.
All right.
That's cool.
Wonderful.
So, how are you dealing with like managing all of this, like the balance of being a mother, you know, and trying to, you know, continue to make these great products? How are you balancing life with this?
Good question too. In the beginning, I was all over the place. I did not have, I didn't have no clue what I was doing, because I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I didn't know how. But I've been praying about it, and I was like, Lord, you know, just help me. And so at first, you know, I would find myself where I would be up for, you know, one day, and I'm just like trying to make a whole bunch of products and not really stop and just trying to get everything done. I'm like, I don't have to do this by myself. I have kids.
Right.
So I started putting my kids to work, and my daughter, she's an eager beaver. So she's like, Mommy, I want to help. So she would help me, and then I would put my son to work. He would help me with different stuff. And it just took so much of a load off. I didn't feel like I had to do it all by myself anymore. And it's been working that way. So
That's good. Do you have a plan or strategy that you're looking to see your business grow to in the future? Or are you know, more focused on putting out products and getting like a client base? Or do you have like somewhere crazy you see yourself like
so
in the next year?
I actually have myself somewhere crazy that some people would say that I see myself. I do currently have a vision board right now. I look at it every day. I pray over it every day. I also take a picture of it so I can see it every day on my phone when I get ready to unlock my screen.
Wonderful.
That's the first thing that I see. So I know that I'm just a small businesswoman right now, but I don't feel like God put this in my spirit just for it to stay here. So eventually, I do see myself being global. I do want to have a storefront in Columbus, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, and in France. So those are some of my goals that I want for that. But I don't want to just be a businesswoman just to say I'm a businesswoman. I also want to give back and help people. So I do want to do charity work. I do want to be a sponsor. I do have a couple of things in mind, but I don't want to speak those sponsors, sponsorships right now, because the money's not there. But there is 2 different programs that our church actually currently does do. So I want to be sponsors for 2 of those things. And then there's a program that helps give clean water to different countries who can't afford it. I also want to be able to get on board with that as well. So
Wonderful.
That's great.
Wonderful.
Do you gosh, what was my question going to be? As a dreamer and someone who wants to give and who has a business, when you first started, were you afraid, or did you second guess yourself?
I was scared to death. I didn't want to do it, because when he first put it in my spirit, the first thing I said was, I don't have no money to do that. And I didn't do it. I didn't step out on faith. Which is crazy, because we're all Christians and we sing about, you know, how we love Jesus and how we have faith, you know, the grain of a mustard seed and all of that. But then when it came to him telling me to start the business, I sat on that for a long time.
Really?
And, you know, I finally had the courage to tell one of my close friends, my sister, Shakana, y'all know her.
Oh, yeah.
I told her about it, and I was like, but I just don't know. It's just like, girl, you better do it. And so I started off with, you know, just giving people samples of different things that I had to see, you know, what the feedback was. And I got a lot of good feedback. And so that kind of gave me the courage to be like, okay, well, I think I'll go ahead and start it, but I still hadn't stepped out on like trying to start it until that $100 Amazon gift card came.
Right.
And that's what gave me the courage to just go ahead, and I said, just do it. So
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for women or just anyone who's starting, any strategies or anything they should be telling themselves or things they should be looking into to get started?
Yes. So first of all, don't let fear keep you from your destiny.
That's
Anything that scares you, it's scaring you because you don't really know. It's the unknown, but that doesn't mean that you can't succeed in it.
Absolutely.
And I know that in the Bible, God says he didn't give us a spirit of fear, but
That's
of power
right.
and of love and a sound mind.
That's
So if I'm
right.
going to be speaking the word, I can't just speak it. I actually have to live the word. I have to step out on faith, and that's exactly what I've done. And so sometimes we had to do things afraid. And when you do it afraid, the more you do it, the less afraid you get. Because had this opportunity with you guys inviting me here to speak about my business, like in the beginning, I probably would have said no. I was like, no, it's not even, you know,
Right.
maybe people don't even know. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. But if I never would have stepped out on my faith and got, done things while I was afraid, I wouldn't have had this opportunity with you guys.
That's
I
so
wouldn't have had
true.
other opportunities that I've had. So do it afraid. If you're scared, just say, you know what, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyways. You're scared if
Yes.
you get on the roller coaster, but you ride it anyway, right? So
Yes.
Right.
just do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
You really have to just do it. You can't get in your own way. And sometimes I think we get in our own heads because we feel like, what if it's not good enough? What if people reject it? What if people don't like it? Well, everybody's not going to like it. But if you have more likes than you have dislikes, it's kind of like Facebook or Instagram. You have a whole bunch of people who like it, and you got some people who don't. But you have more likes, you're like, well, I know this is a good video I just put out
Right.
here. So
Right.
you can't please everybody.
That's
So
right.
you can't let that keep you in a box. God created us to be something big and not just, sit here and be like, no, I'm just going to live my little life and, be okay until Jesus comes and gets me. So,
Right.
No,
Yeah.
we have to really step out and do big things. And I believe he gave me this because I'm a giving person, period. And as this grows, I want to be able to help contribute and help other people. And I don't even have to know these people, like with the charities that's, I
Right.
want to be able to help with. I don't know those people with the clean water projects, but this is what I want. I just want to, the more I get, the more I want to be able to give. And as he opens more doors and the bigger, he takes my business, then even more charities will come about, that I would want to be able to help with. But right now, I only have the few in mind because,
Right.
So just do it afraid no matter what. Don't let fear stop. Another thing too, you have to, because everybody's not going to be on board with you, and some people that you would think would be so happy for you may not have that same enthusiasm that you have. And I don't
Right.
think that it's so much that they're being haters or anything like that, but some people, they have to see it before they can believe it, and they haven't tapped into that faith, or seeing beyond what your eyes can see. So you have to tap into that for yourself, because at the end of the day, God gave you that dream. They didn't give it to that person. So you can't take offense or be upset if they're not all like, yay for you. You can't, because that wasn't their dream. It's your dream.
Right.
And sometimes they have to see, as things prosper, and then they'll be like, oh, okay. Now they're like, yay for you. But they couldn't
Right.
see it in the beginning
That's
because, you've never done it before.
That's good.
So you can't let any of those things distract you or discourage you. Just keep going, even when things aren't going as well as you wish they would, because I've had a
Yeah.
lot of dry spells in the beginning to where I just thought maybe I should just give up. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that, because I was at a point where I wanted to give up at one time, and God just kept telling me, keep going. So yeah, keep going no matter what.
So how long have you been doing the business from the beginning of the time you said your godmother was sending, and then you started making? What year did you start working
So for
on
me,
this
it's actually
yourself?
been 3 years now for my business.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
3
right.
years.
Yeah, so still young
Still young,
and yet thriving though.
yet thriving.
Yeah, even with the little pitfalls, the ups and
Yes,
the downs and
yes.
all of that, and you've added to what you've had. You started
Yes.
off with 2 things.
Yeah.
And getting ready to add something else. So that's always moving,
Yes.
progressing.
Yes.
Yeah, and not giving up. And that's good. That's good. I use the product
Me
or products,
Yes.
and I think has it been 5 months? Because was it May? I think because it was,
Was
for the
it-
was it Mother's Day luncheon? What were we at?
Oh, it was Denise Pittman's.
Okay.
breast
don't-
cancer.
Yeah, the breast cancer. Yes.
Okay.
mention.
Mm-hmm.
What month was that?
Mm.
'Cause
That's
I
a good
was thinking-
question.
Okay.
That
Was it
about
June
that
or
time.
May? It was
May
one
or
of those times,
June.
May or
Okay.
June, one of
So
the
I've
two.
been using it since then, and I love it. I love it. So I love this is the body butter, and this is what I use in the morning. This is my, we're not calling it lotion, but I like the sheen and the smell. And what's also good about it too, I had it in my hands this morning for a little bit, and on where you say that it'll start to melt, if it's to, you can keep it on yourself and it'll just start. You can see where it went on the almond color, and then after a while it starts. But the shine, I like the way it feels when you're rubbing. Putting it on. You know, that's why you got the rose petals and everything out there, because we're women, and whether we do the spas, whether we home spa or we go out and pay for it, we like to smell good.
Yep.
We like to look good. And this has a very nice feeling to it. And that sheen, you know, because I don't, sandpaper, I don't like sand. I like sandpaper for what you're supposed to use it for, but I don't like sandpaper. Hands, feet. I want that to be nice and soft, and this does. Another thing that I love about this, the scent of it is very good, but what I really appreciate about it is that it dissipates, so it won't be a conflict with perfume or colognes if you have something else that you want to put on with it. So you're getting the benefit of not being sandpaper, human sandpaper, but it goes on and it stays, I mean, all day long. You know, I'll be at work maybe thinking, doing something at the desk, and I'll be rubbing.
Because you
feel my arm, you know, like it feels good. So that's something as a female that's important to me, that when there's a new product that I'm trying, I'm always thinking about, and sometimes things get left behind because I'm thinking this scent is not going to mix with something else that I don't like. I don't like mixing scents. You know, your hair products, you have a lot of scents, fragrances, and when they're like that, then if you're putting on perfume, then your lotions and all of that. I like to have something that I'm the one that's choosing what the scent for the day is going to be. But a lot of things are, but these aren't like that. You have that. And my little tube there, I like using that at night, showing I
Lip
like
balm.
that. The lip balm, that's part of the nighttime regimen. I put it on, make the lips silky smooth at night before you go to bed, because you can't forget about them, you know, moisturize your face and all of that, but put that on and then use the gloss for the daytime. And the hair, I love the hair. I have that in today too, and Lamisha has it
I have it in my twist out.
hers. But
Moisturize.
yes,
Everyone
looks
likes moisturize.
especially when you start getting a little bit of mileage on you now. You got to work a little bit harder to keep that moisture right. So the hair, I really like the hair piece too, because I've noticed you could do a couple of things with it. I know that you do the twist out with yours. My hair is natural as well. But what I found out about it maybe a month or so back is that sometimes wetting the hair and then putting it on after, or you know, when you're starting fresh, your shower and shampoo, and then you put that on. I found out that sometimes in the morning I can put just a little bit water on, and the curl is just as nice rather than wetting it and adding more to. I was like, "Ooh, this looks real nice." Excited about a product. Yes, we are. We're women. It's a part of who we are. We enjoy good products, and I'm loving it. Loving it. Now, I haven't tried what is the body?
The body
one
scrub.
to you. Okay.
Yes. So this, I had it when I was playing around with it for a while. So I did bring it out, and I had it in a different container, but I had to, because sometimes we had to keep reformulating and relaunching, and I finally found the perfect formula. So this is the new cute bottles that I'm going to have it in, and then the new formula, once I finish getting everything in, like I said, I'll provide you ladies with some samples, and I'll appreciate the honest feedback.
Yes. So I have another question, because I'm thinking when you were talking about the children and how you said, I'm not doing this by myself.
Mhm.
So with being a wife, mother, you're still, you have other things outside of work
Yes.
that you're doing as well. You have activities for the children. So your time is very valuable to you. So do you set aside time? Do you have a schedule for when you're producing, or do you?
So actually, I do.
Okay.
So anytime if I know that I'm going to have like off days,
Mhm.
and usually I'll try to do it where I know that I won't have as many distractions. I'll turn off TVs. I don't have anything else going other than music.
Mhm.
And I'll take that time and I'll say, okay, my goal is to get down at least 10 of these, 5 of those, and maybe 3 of those.
Mhm.
And then I'm done. I'm
Mhm.
not going to try to sit and just do like 50 million things all at once. And then after
That's
that, I'll
smart.
take another day and I'll say, okay, today I'm just going to put together, so many black soaps and I'm done. And then another day I'll put together, so many body scrubs or lip balms or whatever. Then I'm done. So whenever I have an event that comes up, I'm not trying to rush and hurry up and get stuff made up. I already have things made up. It's already done.
That should be a
So-
goal for anyone that does like vendoring or
Yes.
anything, because I know people that do that type of stuff that are up all night the night before. The week of is really hectic, and that's understandable because
Mhm.
it's a lot that you have to, do to present your product and present your brand. So that's understandable, but that's good advice
Yes.
because very few people be up. I was up all night getting ready for today, like, and you can't even enjoy the day because you were up doing so
Mm-mm.
much. So that's
the only
good.
thing that if I am up, I'm just making sure that I have, do I have all my business cards together? And like, as I know that my events are coming up, I'll start, I'll make a list of things that I know that I need, and I'll keep adding to that list, because sometimes you forget, like, oh yeah, I'm going to need this. So that way, by the time it's getting close to the end of the week, and as I'm making a list, I'm also putting things inside of my travel bag as well. And that way, when I'm at the end of the week, then I'll just kind of go through that list and make sure I have everything. And then I'm like, is there anything I'm forgetting? And I'm like, nope, I think I'm good. So that way I can sleep and get up early. And I can be ready and prepare myself and not feel rushed. So,
Yeah, because part of the business of doing what you're doing, your rest is important.
yes.
You're trying to put your product out there, and then you want to feel like being at the event that you're not. Yeah, you want something.
Right.
I don't feel like selling anything because I'm tired.
Right.
From the week
Exactly.
and from this morning. So you have an opportunity to say, okay, I had to do everything that I had to do in preparation,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm here now and I really feel good. You're still energized
Right.
being there.
Right.
So that's wonderful. That is really good. And I mean, I love the product.
Nice.
I love the product.
I love hearing that.
I
Yeah.
love natural things. Do you
Mhm.
have any personal goals that you have for your products specifically? Like, why did you choose to go with more natural ingredients in your products versus, I know before we started today, you were saying other products you used to use. So,
So, and this is way before my godmother had even started sending me natural products. So I would have, breakouts every now and again on my face. So I would try different facial cleansers, and, it seemed like it'll be working for a little bit, and then it would just feel like my face was breaking out even more, or either it was just turning my acne red. So now I'm walking around with red spots, and then eventually I'll start picking at them. Now they turn red spots and black spots.
right.
And I mean, I've tried so many different things, stuff from that's over the counter, things that you can order from TV. And I just felt like, why am I paying all this money if it's not working?
Right.
And so I was like, maybe I need to just start making something for myself. And so that's pretty much what I did, was just start trying to find things that I can make at home. And so that's what inspired me to go ahead and just start incorporating black soap and just putting different things in there to see, what works and what keeps it moisturized throughout the day. And then it stemmed from, once my godmother started sending me different body products. And then when she couldn't, then I just jumped in and started making my own, and it went from there. So I just felt like I need to
Grateful for
depend
you.
on me instead of, other businesses
Right.
out there to take care of my body.
And it's the perfect time for it because people love shea butter and they love black soap. I love black soap. I think it's a godsend because I've done the same thing. and, you know, going through so many products and then falling on the one that's natural and it actually works for everything.
Yes.
That's just the greatest feeling. So thank you so much. Do you have anything you want to say for anyone that's an entrepreneur? I know we talked about that a little bit, or anything else you'd like to add about your brand?
Well, let me see. Just basically, if there's a dream in you or if there's any type of ideal in you, don't just shrug it off and just feel like, oh, you know, I can't do that. Like, if God puts that in you, it's not just something telling you. That's God telling you, because anything that is good comes from the Lord. Yes. He's never going to tell you anything bad. Right. And sometimes he's going to tell us something that's way outside of ourselves, because I didn't just wake up one day and just say, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, or I'm going to start making products for other people. Like, that wasn't something that I was thinking about. I was keeping that toward, you know, between me and my daughter, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when he drops something in your spirit, you know, grab onto that, and then you say, well, Lord, you gave me this idea, so I'm going to need you to see it through. So I'm trusting you to open doors, provide ways for me to, you know, do whatever I need to do to keep this business going.
Hi, we thank you so much for watching this episode. If you are interested in Lamisha's Frosty Mo's Balms and Butters, feel free to like her on Facebook or shoot her an email, and we will leave a link in the description for more information. We thank you so much for your love and support. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next video. We love you all. Bye-bye.